Hi everyone, welcome to my first YouTube video. I can't believe I finally got around to doing it. Been wanting to do this for such a long time. Let's just say it's been years. I always said I was going to do it and then I would always get scared, but finally it's like, you know what? It's either now or never, and I just decided to go for it. I mean, it's just YouTube, right? So anyways, if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so to moisturize the face, I'm going to use the Embryolisse moisturizer. Now I'm going to use my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Primer. Rub it together to melt it. I just put it on and then I push it in. MAC Studio Fix because I need that coverage. And then Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. To apply the foundation, I'm using a Morphe M427 brush and using more of a stippling motion, so basically just stamping it into the skin. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to go in with the Beauty Blender after. I always bring my foundation down to my neck too, just because obviously foundation is not the same texture as skin. I'm just going to push in that foundation. In areas where you do have any blemishes, just make sure to use a lighter hand. I feel like my skin is blending in with this background right now. And I'm just going to conceal some spots with the Tarte Shape Tape, some under the eye. So I'm just going to get this over wherever I have blemishes. Now I'm going to use the Real Technique setting brush to push all this concealer in. Okay, starting to look alive here. Push everything in with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm going to use the Laura. Now I'm going to use a translucent powder to set my under eyes and make sure I don't have any creases. Bake the under eyes. Just setting it again with the Real Technique brush. So while this bakes, I'm going to apply MAC Studio Fix all over my face, just to kind of set everything. I've never been this dark. I'm starting to get white again, but I've been mixing NC25 and NC40 together just to kind of get the right tone for me. Got a tan this summer and I don't know how to act. And I'm using the Morphe M554 to apply that. It's kind of just like a flat setting brush. I like to apply my powders with more of a flat brush. So once I'm done powdering up, I start wiping off all the under eye baking. And then I'm just going to spray my face with the Fix Plus again, just to give me some life after all that powder. And now I'm going to bronze up my face with the Hoola by Benefit. And then I start like carving out the shape. Once I go in a few times with a few layers, start to kind of push it up like this and then I push it in. I do this because I don't want to have like harsh lines from the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. Basically, we don't want to look like a Duvalin candy. And then I'm just going to lightly dust this on the perimeters of my face. I'm going to go back in with the translucent powder just to give me some more definition along the cheekbones. So I'm just going to use this little guy. So I'm just going to dip into it right here, and then I'm going to tap it on my skin just to get the excess off. We don't want a blotch of powder. Carve it. For blush, I'm going to use this Tarte palette, the Blush Bliss, and I'm going to use this color, Genuine. I'm not a crazy blush person, so I don't really like it to pop out that much. For the glow, I'm going to use the Girlactik Skin Glow in Moonlight, and I'm just going to apply it with a damp beauty blender. I'm using my ring finger to blend out the highlight just so it doesn't look like a sudden streak. Next up, I'm using Soulmate to set that skin glow with the Real Technique setting brush again. Just lightly going to set it, just because it was more of a cream and I always want to set my creams with the powder. And add some down the bridge of the nose and Cupid's bow as well as the chin. I felt like I added too much to the chin, so just blending it out with the Beauty Blender. Now I'm going to dust off that translucent powder, and then with the same brush, no new product on it, I'm going to basically blend in everything together so it looks more blended and no harsh lines. It just looks like it melts into one another. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape as a base for my eyeshadow and blending it out with the Real Techniques brush. First, I'm going to use the Hoola by Benefit bronzer to warm up my crease. This creates more of a seamless transition. Bring it down to the side of the nose. Now finally, using the beautiful Friencation palette, we're going to use Choodle, basically where we applied that bronzer, just to add more darkness as a transition shade. And next we're going to use Cheens with a MAC 217 brush. Going to focus this mainly on the outer and then bring it up just a little bit and just blending that out. Anytime I use Cheens, I'm going to use a blending brush after just to make sure everything is nicely blended. And this is truly the key. So anytime you apply a darker color, always go back in with a larger blending brush. So just applying more of the Cheens to the outer and flicking it up. Wipe off any fallout. Taking a small concealer brush and Tarte Shape Tape to carve out my crease, following my natural shape, but if you do want a larger lid, then go above your natural line. Now time for some Dirty Money. This shade is absolutely beautiful. And just going to apply that over the lid space. I'm going to take that concealer brush again, just to go in closer to the crease. So we're just going to put some Cheens just to make everything look more blended. Sorry, I realized I should have probably zoomed in at an earlier time, but it is my first video, so it's okay. Use Cheens and Choodle to do the lower lash line. And I have the Sigma E15. I'm going to stamp on Cheens on first. Now I'm going to take Choodle on a pencil brush. This one is a Sigma E30. And just smudge that out. Making necessary in as well just to give it a better blend. They brought me a muffin. I love these. I can never say no. I'm only having 2 bites, but don't ask me to show you after the video. Using Soulmate for that inner corner. Now I'm going to use a glitter eyeliner, Urban Decay and Midnight Cowboy, just to apply to that crease in the front. And then I'm going to let it dry before I look up so that it doesn't move anywhere. I'm going to use Cheens on that flat definer brush again and basically going to stamp it on as an eyeliner just so the lashes can blend a little bit better. Now applying a nude eyeliner to the waterline. This one is Wet n Wild Calling Your Buff. Next I'm going to coat my lashes with Better Than Sex mascara, and then I did apply my falsies off camera. I used the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. For the lips, I'm using MAC Subculture and Over the Top Gloss. I'm going to overline my lips, but as I come in, I'm going to follow my natural shape. And then just fill them in as well. To finish off the look, I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Well, that about completes this look. I hope that you guys did like it. Please bear with me as it is my first YouTube video, and as you know, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking, so just bear with me on that, but I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Oh my god!